Good day, traders. Big Quan here from AltoX Capital with a quick update on the trade that we saw playing out today on gold. Today is Wednesday, the 30th of July, 2025. And as usual, this is not financial advice. We do this just for education purposes only. And that being said, let's head over to the whiteboard right on the right hand side here so that I show you the two scenarios that we are looking for every single day. And today during the London session, we actually saw scenario number one play out. So what we are looking for is a situation whereby, for example, the market is going in an uptrend, high, low, high, low, high, but on its way to create the next higher high, the market leaves us with a bullish arrow like so. The bullish arrow will always come with two white lines, which are your entry points. So what we now have to wait for is for price to break this previous high here. So I call this the recent high. So in this case, if price breaks above and closes above this point here, excuse my drawing, breaks above and closes above this recent high, we expect the market to eventually come back to these two white lines, which is where you are going to place your buy trade like so, and expect to take your first take profit here. And if price continues up, you can take your profit as it keeps going to the upside. So let me look now on the left side, which is right over here. Let me actually maximize the chart so that it's clear enough. So let me put it like so. So as you can see here, the market gave us this arrow here. As you can see, this spiral arrow here. And that is the indicator gave us this arrow here. So where is the recent high? The recent high is right over here. So I'll put it like so, right over here. Let me actually type recent high here. Okay, so this is the recent high that you see here. So as soon as the market closed above this and poked all the way to here, we knew that now these two white lines that come with the AltoX Spirol indicator were going to be a great entry point. So you could have easily placed your buy here, right here, as soon as the market came back to retest the two white lines. So what was going to be your stop loss then? If the market had come back down and closed here, by the way, I'm on gold M5 time frame. If the market had closed with two 5-minute candlesticks below this point, this was going to invalidate your trade. So this is where you would have taken your buy right exactly here. So definitely, as you can see, you would have taken your profits either here or expected even more all the way to over there. So the London session would have definitely worked out. Now I'm going to explain the second scenario, right, that we are always looking for in the market. So what happens is if the market is in a downtrend, for example, the market makes low, high, and now the market on its way to a new lower low, the indicator actually gives us a bearish arrow. The arrow will come with two white lines. So the second scenario here makes use of the arrow high and the arrow low. So if the market comes back down here and then decides to turn and all the way past the two white lines that you see here, this becomes our arrow low. And if the market pushes up, going up, and then eventually comes back to retest these two lines again, then this becomes our arrow high. So when then do you take your trade? If the market comes back, let me change the marker here so that it's clear. Right, so if the market closes on either the arrow high, which is here, or closes the arrow low, that's what you're going to use to determine your direction. So for example, if the market had come back here and then closes above here, you basically take your buy trade here. But if the market had rather come back and closed below here, you take your sell trade here and hold for bigger profits. So remember, arrow high and arrow low. So now let me go to the New York session where we saw this play out. So I've already marked out my chart. Let me just zoom like so. So what I'm talking about is you can see that the market is already moving in a downtrend, low, high, low here, and then we have a high here, then low again here. So this already tells us that the market is in a minor downtrend or a smaller time frame downtrend. As I said, I'm on the gold M5 time frame. So once you see the arrow printed here, remember what we said. We said this right here gives you your arrow low. The arrow is here and market turns around. So this becomes your arrow low, just exactly this point right here. And where then do you get your arrow high? Remember, we said that the move that the market makes coming back to the two white lines will leave you with an arrow high. So that's why I marked this as arrow high, arrow low. Where were you going to take your sell trade then? Right here. Remember what we said, as soon as price closes below either the arrow high or the arrow low, that's what you're going to use to take your trade. As simple as that. No need to think or complicate it further than this. So as you saw today, the market plummeted down from this point all the way here. And I'll add a screenshot of the profits that we made on the day. I believe I made 1,000 plus on this move. So if I can also add, the reason why I have to make these strict entry rules and exit rules is because most traders that I've actually been working with have rather small accounts. So I create these kinds of things to make sure that you lose as little as possible while profiting as much as possible. But if someone is trading with a rather a bigger account, for example, you simply take your buy, rather your sell, as soon as this arrow is printed here, and you place your stop loss above here. The arrow already told you that the direction is downwards. So as soon as the arrow is printed, you could have easily placed your sell and place your stop loss here. But a lot of traders that I know, that I've worked with, that I still work with now, are actually using smaller accounts. So I do these strict entry rules to make sure that you protect your capital, and at the same time you would be able to make a lot more money. So for example, if I can add, you can see that here we have an arrow right here, right? The arrow is pointing downwards. So what you now have to do is simply place this here. Now this becomes your arrow low, just right here, right? And you can see if the market closes below here, what then do you expect? You definitely expect the market to keep going down. So let's see how it plays. Let's see how it plays out. But that's my prediction. I'm already out of the market, by the way. I don't trade this hour. If I've already made profits over London and profits over New York, it's time for rest, which is what the spiral indicator is genuinely supposed to do. It's supposed to get you your time back. You don't have to overthink things. Simply wait for the arrow, no trade. When the arrow comes along, then it's time to make something off of the market. So that being said, if you are interested in this trading tool, do head over to AltoXcapital.com or simply text me on Telegram, WhatsApp, or Instagram, and I'll be sure to assist you. And as usual, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. I do this kind of content every single day just to post and show you what the spiral indicator gave us on that particular day. So that being said, happy trading, and we'll speak again soon. Cheers.